Hello everybody. I hope everything is going well for you and you haven't seen too many difficulties since the last time we talked. I'm happy to say that nobody that I know and care about has been let go or laid off in the last few days, and that hasn't happened in the place where I work either, so I'm grateful for that. I did check the Forbes layoff tracker. 382,000 people have been let go from Fortune 500 companies as of today. 382,000, actually just over 382,000 people let go from those companies as of today. So the situation continues to deteriorate as we knew it would. Still, we're grateful for the good things that we do have. I want to keep today short, but I do want to say Happy Valentine's Week to those of you who are watching. I'm doing this during Valentine's Week, the week before Valentine's. 3 people I want to point out to you get special love from me for all that they've done and all that they've contributed to informing people. The first one is a guy who calls himself Vision Victory. It's Daniel at Vision Victory. You've seen his channel on YouTube. Daniel is smart, he is well informed, he is courageous, and he says what needs to be said. And I respect all of those qualities, and I want to tell him Happy Valentine's Week, and here's much love from somebody you don't know, but who's benefited from your work. Also, that was Vision Victory. I want to tell you about George for Title. George for Title is somebody that I watch on a regular basis. I never know what George is going to say, but I do know that he's been through some ups and downs. He is also very well informed, and he's devoted to letting people know about what's going on. And so I've also learned from him. And really, I think he and Daniel are the ones who kind of gave me the courage to go ahead and make recordings, primarily for my family and friends, but I know a lot of other people I don't know are benefiting. So to them, I want to say Happy Valentine's and much love from me. And finally, DaVinci J15. DaVinci J15 talks primarily about what's happening with gold and silver and other commodities. This is a very smart man who keeps himself informed and works to keep us informed. Now, are these men perfect? No. Are they wrong on occasion? Possibly. Is any of us right all the time? Never. But boy, have they contributed a lot. Most of you already know who I'm talking about. And if you haven't, if you don't know who these guys are, or if you haven't looked them up on YouTube, look them up on YouTube. But special Valentine's Day props from me for your help to me and to my loved ones in helping us get a handle on this thing. The other thing I want to talk to you about is another source that I use, which I realize may not be for everybody, but you may have already heard about something that they call the web bots. There is an organization, a very oddball group, called halfpasthuman.com. Halfpasthuman.com essentially does this. They send out programs onto the web bots. Okay, they gather vast amounts of information and they crunch them down. It's linguistic information, and they essentially use what they get from these web bots to make projections about future events. Again, no organization, no group is right about everything, but they've had some spectacular successes. They have been predicting the economic difficulties that we've been facing. They've been predicting that for years. And now that these events are finally starting to unravel, they seem to have a pretty good hold on what's going on. Again, they're called halfpasthuman.com. Now, one of the men who runs the organization, his name is Cliff, and if you put in halfpasthuman as a search in YouTube, you'll find interviews that he's done online. They're fascinating. You'll find them on YouTube as well. They're fascinating. The information's very important. They charge a subscription fee. I'm not saying everybody ought to pay that subscription fee, but check them out and see if you can make heads or tails of their information. I think you'll find it very useful. Okay, that's what I want to say about that. And I'm going to start to wrap up here, but I do want to tell you this. A loved one of mine asked me exactly what I was planning for. What really are we planning for? What really do we expect? And I told that person, you know what I've done? I've narrowed down my preparations into 3 basic departments. So in other words, I'm planning that as things continue to deteriorate, I'm planning to do without certain things. I'm planning to do without the easy access to food, easy access to water, and easy access to power or electricity. Okay, that encompasses the bulk of my planning. Now listen, I'm not crazy. I know that especially if you read Half Past Human, you will understand that what we're talking about here is going to get worse and worse and grow very nasty. Okay, we're talking about the possibility of a social fabric unraveling and everyone being in very dire straits. But all of us need somewhere to start when we plan and when we prepare. So I'm preparing to do without those things and to see what life would be like without them and to replace them for myself and for my family. You also have to think about things like personal safety. You also have to think about things like what it would be like without easily available gasoline or easily available mass transportation. Think about those things, decide which areas you want to plan for, and then go for it. There's a whole lot of material for you to continue to study. There's so much to read. There are many important books. There are even some important web videos that you need to look at in order to understand what's going on. I'll very quickly, because he keeps popping up in my mind, a man named Rene Rousseau. Who was a film director, brilliant guy, who's passed away now, but he has a web video called From Freedom to Fascism. Most of you already know about that, but some of you may not. From Freedom to Fascism. Check it out and see what's going on. I usually try not to talk about politics, but I think the reality of all of this is that you can't at least reference it without realizing there are political underpinnings here. This all didn't just happen overnight. Okay? So listen, happy Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Week to all of you, especially to those who've helped so much. I appreciate what you do. Those of you who are writing me and who are encouraging me, let me continue to encourage you, and thanks for your help. Time is getting late, and we have to continue to plan. We have to continue to decide what we will do. You can't depend on politicians. You can't depend on the normal structures that we usually depend on. As people get fired and can't pay their taxes, we're going to watch these structures slowly start to disintegrate. So as that happens, we keep ourselves prepared. You keep prepping to survive, keep working hard, and I'll look forward to talking with you soon.